Hello all, welcome to the chapter Heredity and Evolution, and today we are with the topic dihybrid cross. In our previous video, we have discussed everything about a monohybrid cross, right? So let us try to recall what was the monohybrid cross. It is a cross between the two plants where we concentrated on one particular character, right? We studied the character flowing from one generation to another generation. The character that we considered was only one character. Okay, we studied about only one character, that was about height. Okay, but here we are combining the two characters and we are studying two characters together, how they flow from one generation to another generation. Okay, so what is the definition of dihybrid cross here? A cross between two plants where study of two contrasting characters is observed. Okay, so here Mendel considered two characters. Now he is studying two characters together, how they pass from one generation to another generation. Okay, so he actually considered the characters like seed shape and seed color. Okay, so about the seeds he started studying. Clear? And we all know there are two types of shapes in seed shape of a pea plant. What are they? It can be round or it can be wrinkled, isn't it? And in my first video, I explained you about the 7 contrasting characters, right? Where in case of seed shape, you have two traits, that is two genes. One is the gene relating to round or the other one can be wrinkled. Okay, round is always dominant, okay, and wrinkled is recessive. Clear? So since round is dominant, no, so I will represent the gene responsible for round is R, capital R. Recessive is small r. Wrinkled means small r. This is the way I use alphabets to represent the genes of these particular traits. Okay, fine. And seed color is another character we are studying, right? And seed color can be yellow or green. Okay, and yellow is always dominant, so capital Y. Green I will represent with small y. Okay, and these are the dominant ones and these are the recessive ones. Okay, see, these are the two characters he has considered for his next experiment and he called it as dihybrid cross. Okay, so he took the parents as, observe carefully guys, parental generation, parents. He took two plants. One is the plant having round green seeds, okay, and another parent is yellow wrinkled seeds. Okay, so there are two parents. One plant is having round green seeds and another plant was having yellow wrinkled. See, two characters we are considering. One is a seed shape along with that seed color. So we are studying about two different characters, guys. Okay, so studying of two contrasting characters is what we call it as dihybrid cross. Okay, in the previous cross, in the monohybrid cross, we studied only about the height, only about one character, isn't it? So that difference you must able to recognize here. Okay, fine. And round is one character, okay, and each character is controlled by two alleles, isn't it? So round, what are the alleles I can represent here? R, okay, and green is a recessive one. Green is the color of a seed, another character, okay, and it is a recessive one, no? So I will represent with Y. Green, see, this particular character I am indicating with the letter Y, right? And you see, I did not write just one R and one Y, right? I have written two R's and two Y's. These two R's are the two alleles which are controlling this particular character. Each character will have two alleles compulsorily. Say tall means we wrote TT, yes or no? Right? But here two characters we are considering. Each character you have to represent its genotype with two alleles. Right? Homozygous condition it is. Same allele. Here also same type of allele for green character. Okay, so you cannot write just a single R and single Y. R means round, small y means green. No. Okay, so this is how you have to write. Okay, and these are the two alleles controlling this particular character. These are the two alleles controlling this particular character. Okay, so the genotype of this plant is RR, capital R, small y. Okay, so what is this, guys? It is actually genotype, isn't it? Fine. And now what is the genotype of yellow wrinkled? Okay, let me write like this. First I mentioned seed shape, no? Here also seed shape, that is wrinkled. Later I mentioned color of the seed, no? So here wrinkled yellow, like this. Okay, so wrinkled in the sense what? Small r, because wrinkled is a very recessive character, isn't it? So small r. Yellow is again a dominant character in case of seed color. So capital Y. So this is the genotype of this particular parent plant. Okay, so we are crossing between capital R, small y, and small r, capital Y. Okay, and what is the next step, guys? You have to show the gametes. Gamete formation. So how are the gametes formed here? Among the two alleles. So this is one character, this is another character. This is the character telling about the round shape of a seed. This is the character, this is the genotype telling about the green color of a seed. Okay, so among the two alleles only one allele will be present in a gamete, no? So among these two only one allele will come. Similarly, from this character one allele will come. So gamete can have one capital R, one small y. Okay, or another gamete can be formed where another allele can be there, another allele of this character could be there. Okay, so these are the two possible gametes, guys. So you should not write gamete, first type of gamete as RR and second type as YY. No, we are studying two characters together. Okay, both the alleles represent one character. These two alleles represent another character. While forming a gamete, one gene, one chromosome responsible for round character will go and another chromosome responsible for green character will go. Yes or no? Two characters together you are studying. So here capital R, small y can go into one particular gamete, or gamete can also have another counterpart. Okay, that means another form of a gene. Okay, say if this allele is, gamete can take this allele or gamete can take this allele. Gamete can take this allele, gamete can take this allele. But each gamete will have a gene responsible for both the characters. Okay, so this is how you have to show the gametes. Okay, and here also two possible gametes are observed. Yes or no? One is, see, this particular allele and this particular allele can stay in a gamete, or this allele and this allele can pair up in a gamete. Okay, so these are our gametes now. Now you have to show the kids or the baby plants in F1 generation. Okay, you can always show the possibilities using the Punnett square. So how will you do the Punnett square here? See, first write the gametes of this parent. What are the gametes? Capital R, small y, capital R, small y. Gametes of this plant I have written. Okay. Now, gametes of this plant, small r, capital Y, and one more gamete is there, small r, capital Y. Okay. Now, combine them. Combine them. What do you get? You will get, see, capital R, small r, right? Capital Y, small y. Yes or no? Capital R, you are combining, guys. Okay. R's I will write together, Y's I will write together. That's it. Okay. So capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. And here also capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. And here also capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. And here also capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. You see, the genotype is same. Okay, so what is the genotype? This is your what? This is F1 generation. Okay, so this is your F1 generation. So in F1 generation, what is the phenotype of plant? Phenotype of all plant is round yellow. Yes or no? You will get all round yellow seeds, guys, because you see in this plant what is the genotype? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. That means R, capital R is a dominant one. Which is a dominant one? Round character is dominant. In another character, capital Y is also there in a genotype. That means yellow character also has come. You know, dominant characters are what? Round and yellow. So the seeds will appear as round and yellow. And here also you see, genotype is same. Yes or no? So what is the genotype of F1 generation? It is capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, all have same genotype. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. You know, this is dominant, this is dominant. Capital R means round, capital Y means yellow. That means dominant ones only will get expressed in the baby kids. Sir, yes or no? We studied in the monohybrid cross. So all plant varieties will have round seeds, round and yellow colored seeds. The seeds are round in shape and the color of the seed will be yellow. Okay, that means are you not finding gene responsible for green and wrinkled character? You have a gene. Small r means what? Green. Yes or no? Wrinkled. Small y means what? Green. Gene is there for green character and wrinkled character, but it is not getting expressed in the F1 generation because the dominant genes are there. When dominant genes are there, according to the law of dominance, you know, dominant character only will get expressed in the generation, right? Fine. And now let us work out with the F2 generation. Now let us take these guys as the parent. Okay. Plants having this genotype as the parent. And what possibilities do we get in the F2 generation? Let us work it out. Yeah. Now he has taken these guys as a parent. He self-pollinated between these plants. Okay. So who are our parents now? Capital R, small r. Okay. Capital Y, small y. Okay. That means, you know, round plants having round yellow seeds. Self-pollination. Okay. So within the same plant, you know, pollination is happening. So, you know, another parent also is of capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. So, this is also round yellow plant. Seed having round yellow color. Okay. And now, what are the gametes formed here? Here, for the gametes, you have to be very careful, guys. Okay, so here, one gamete can have this R and this Y. Yes or no? Okay, from the character called seed shape, two different alleles are there. Here actually you had same alleles, so only two possible gametes are there. But here this allele is different, this allele is different. Yes or no? Heterozygous condition. So gamete actually can have, initially it can have this allele or this allele, or gamete can have this allele or this allele. So gamete can also have this type of a gene, capital R, small y. Okay, and similarly gamete can also have small r, capital Y. Okay, and gamete can also have small r, small y. Four possible gametes are observed here, guys. Okay, this is where you have to be careful. In getting second generation, if this type of genotype is getting crossed, four possible gametes are observed here. Okay, either gamete can have this allele, okay, or gamete can have this allele and this allele. Gamete can have this allele. Gamete also can have this allele. Okay, so the same type of gametes are formed in this case also. Yes or no? It can have capital R, capital Y. It can have capital R, small y, because same type of parent, no? Okay, so it can also have small r, capital Y. It can also have small r, small y. Okay, see here four possible gametes are observed. Here four possible gametes are observed. Okay, so now how do you show your F2 generation? Punnett square. Okay, so Punnett square, mention these gametes this side on top. Okay, what are the gametes? First possible gamete, capital R, capital Y. Okay, next capital R, small y. Next, little bigger boxes we have to draw. Okay, fine. Next gamete, small r, capital Y. Okay, after that, small r, small y. Right? So these are the four gametes of one parent. Similarly, the four gametes of the second parent, how do you write? Like this, down, right? So, capital R, small y, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, okay? And lastly, small r, small y, okay? Now combine and write, fill up the boxes, see the varieties. So, capital R, capital Y, capital Y, homozygous condition. So, what will be the nature of this plant, guys? Both alleles are dominant. Here in the second character, that is in the seed color also, both alleles, dominant alleles only. Okay, so definitely you will get a plant having here round yellow type. Yes or no? Round yellow type of plant you will get, right? So similarly, work out, combine this and this, capital R, capital Y, small y, right? So here also, what is the nature of a plant, guys? Seed shape is definitely round because both capital R's only are there in a genotype. But what about seed color? One capital Y, one small y. Dominant gene only will get expressed, no? So yellow colored seeds only you will get. Okay? So here also what you are getting? Round yellow seeds are obtained here also. Okay? And what about the next combination? Capital R, small r, and capital Y, capital Y. Okay, so definitely yellow color seeds you get, but what is the shape? Shape is, you see, this is the genotype responsible for this shape. Genotype has two alleles. One allele is giving information for round character, another allele is giving information for green character. Okay, sorry, wrinkled character. But the one which is dominant only will be expressed in the plant. Yes or no? So here dominant gene round is there. So this plant also will have round yellow seeds. Okay, coming to the next variety. Combine this and this. What do you get? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, you see two dominant genes. So here also the seeds are round yellow type. Okay, and now combine this and this. What do you get? Capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. Here also you see RR, both capital R's, that means round, and capital Y is also there. Since that is dominant, it will get expressed in a child. Yes or no? So this plant also will have round yellow seeds. Okay, next combination. Capital R, capital R, RR. Small y, small y. Yes or no? So capital R, that means one character is round. One character is round definitely. But what is about another character? Small y, small y. Okay, that means you will get a green color seeds here. There is no dominant gene, both recessive. Yes or no? Both alleles are recessive. Then in that case, recessive character only will be expressed. Right? So here you will get plants having round green color. Seed shape is round, dominant character. But seed color is green color. Okay, because small y, which is telling about the recessive character. Clear? Next, combine this and this, this and this. So what do you get? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, so dominant gene R is there. So round, dominant gene Y is there in the other part of a trait. Yes or no? So here also you will get round yellow seeds. Next, combine this with this. So what do you get? Capital R, small y, small y. Yes or no? So what do you get here? Here RR, capital R is there. So round. But you see here small y. Both alleles are recessive. So what you will get? Round green color seeds you will get. Okay? Fine. Now coming to this particular part. Okay? Combine this and this. What do you have? Capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Yes or no? Capital Y. So you will get here also round yellow seeds. Round yellow. Okay? And next combination. Combine this and this. What do you get? Capital R, small r. Okay? Capital Y, small y. Here also it is, round yellow. Okay? Next combination. Combine this and this, guys. What do you get? Small r, small r. Small r. Right? Capital Y. Right? Small r in the sense what? It is telling about the wrinkled character. Small r is a wrinkled one. Both alleles are recessive. So definitely here you will get wrinkled. See? Wrinkled yellow seeds. Okay? Next combination you work it out. Small r. Again small r. Capital Y, small y. So here also you see this character, seed, shape character you see. Both recessive alleles are there. So definitely here also wrinkled yellow seeds you will get. Okay. Next, the last possibilities. Combine this and this. You will get capital R, small r, Capital Y, small y. Here also round yellow because dominant genes are there. Okay, round yellow. Fine. Next combination. Capital R, small y, small y. Okay. So what do you get here? Round green color you will get. Okay, because small y, both alleles are recessive. That is, which are telling of green color code. Okay. Next, this and this you combine. So what you are getting here? Small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. So here also you are getting wrinkled yellow characters. Right? Fine. Next, last combination. Combine this and this, guys. So what you are getting? Small r, small y. You see? The gene relating to shape is small r. That means wrinkled. Right? All are recessive here. Wrinkled green color combination you will get. Right? You see so many possibilities. You had yellow round containing seeds, right? And you have wrinkled yellow seed having plant, and you also have wrinkled green having plant. You know, many possibilities you have got, different varieties of plants you have got in F2 generation. Okay, so this is important, and let us list out the phenotypic ratio. Okay, so what is the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation? Let me write here. Phenotypic ratio in F2 generation in dihybrid cross is very important, guys. See how many different types of plants are there. Round yellow, how many are there? 1, 2, right? First let us list out. Okay, wrinkled yellow are 3 are there. Wrinkled green 3 are there. Then round green, how many are there? See, this is round green. Next, anywhere round green. Here it is round green, and here round green 3 are there. Okay, these 3 are of one type, and you can see yellow color chalk piece I used. 1, 2, 3. These 3 are of another type. This is another type. Remaining all one type. Yes or no? Round yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 varieties of round yellow. 9 varieties of round yellow seed containing plants you have. Okay, and 3 varieties of round green seed containing plants you have. 3 varieties of round green containing plants you have got, and 3 varieties of wrinkled yellow seed containing plants you have. 3 varieties of, what is that? Wrinkled yellow seed containing plant you got, and one variety of wrinkled green recessive plant also you have got. Wrinkled green. In seed shape, wrinkled is recessive. In seed color, green is recessive. So that particular plant also you have got, but it is of very less amount. Only one plant you had got. Okay. Among these many varieties, you know, 9 plants were having round yellow seeds. 3 plants were having round green seeds. 3 plants were having wrinkled yellow seeds, and 1 plant was having wrinkled green seeds. Okay, that means what is the phenotypic ratio here? 9:3:3:1. Okay, 9:3:3:1. This is the phenotypic ratio in case of F2 generation of dihybrid cross. Very, very important, can be asked as MCQ. Okay, clear? So this is how you have to do the F2 generation. and definitely if this is asked, this will be asked for 3 marks. Okay, so they will mention the parent where you have to work out with the gametes first and later draw the Punnett square and show how many different varieties of plants or different characters you have got. Okay, so whatever character you take, whatever the combination of 2 characters you take in F2 generation, you will always get the varieties in the ratio 9:3:3:1. Okay, so this is all about dihybrid cross. Now let us study about the observations and conclusion of dihybrid cross. So here, what is the observation that you can write for dihybrid cross? What you have observed? See, in F1 generation, all plants were round and yellow. Yes or no? The seeds were having round shape and yellow color, the dominant one. Because what was the genotype of plants you got? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, right? So whatever character, whatever the gene is dominant, that has been expressed. So the dominant character in seed shape is round, dominant character in seed color is yellow. So in F1 generation, all plants were having round and yellow seeds. Okay, but in F2 generation, okay, second point, but in F2 generation, you had got the phenotypic ratio 9:3:3:1. Okay, so 9 plants were actually having round yellow seeds, right? And 3 plants were having round green seeds, right? And 3 plants were having wrinkled yellow seeds, and 1 plant was actually having wrinkled green seeds, right? So many varieties you have got. This is what the observation we have done from the dihybrid cross. Okay, so based on this observation and based on this experiment, what is the final conclusion that you can give? So let us try to write the conclusion. Okay, see here, what were the parents we took actually? What were the parents we took? The starting parental generation, what plants we took? We took plants having round green seeds, and we crossed this plant with wrinkled yellow seeds. Yes or no? Plant having round green seeds was crossed with wrinkled yellow seeds. But you see the kids in F1 generation, what you got? Round yellow. It is not similar to the parents, right? And what are the varieties you got in F2 generation? Did you get round green? Yes, round green, similar to the original parents. Some plants you had got. Did you get wrinkled yellow? Yes, similar to the original parent, you got few plants. But you see, round yellow, which is not similar to the parent, wrinkled green is also not similar to the parent. That means any gene can combine with any gene, right? Got to know? So this says that the genes are independent with each other. Okay, the gene, looking at the new varieties formed, what you will write? Looking at the new varieties formed in both F1 and F2 generation. What are the new varieties here? Different from parents. So which varieties? These are our parents. Which varieties are different, guys? Round yellow variety is different. Round yellow variety is different. And also wrinkled green variety is different. Wrinkled green variety is different. Yes or no? Looking at the new varieties, what we can conclude is the genes are independent with each other. Independent with each other. Okay, and this is what we call it as law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment. Okay, see, we discussed all the three laws with the experiments. In the previous case, I told you about law of segregation, I told you about law of dominance, and through this dihybrid cross, he gave this particular point and he called it as a law of independent assortment. Okay, the entire genetics depends on these three basic laws, guys. Okay, so any gene can combine with any gene. It is not that since in the original parent a green color gene and round color gene is associated, it is not that kids should have any one of the character, either round green or wrinkled yellow. No. Okay, see, looking at the new combinations observed in F1 and F2, he could tell that any gene can combine with any gene. Okay, the gene responsible for round can combine with the gene responsible for yellow, so you can get round yellow variety. Or the gene responsible for green can combine with gene responsible for wrinkled, so you are getting green wrinkled variety also. Parents are these, but new varieties we got means the genes are actually independent with each other. Okay, so this is the law that you can observe when you take two different characters for the study. Okay, so this completes our dihybrid cross. Now let us look at the few questions that can be asked in the examinations. Few varieties of questions. Clear? Guys, look at the question carefully. Actually, this is the question from previous year paper. Actually, 2020 paper. Okay. See, a tall plant with purple flowers are self-pollinated. Tall plant with purple flowers. Okay. So, two contrasting characters. That means dihybrid cross. Right? Tallness is one character. Purple is another character. Genotype of those plant also he is given. Capital T, small t, capital W, small w. Okay, fine. And are self-pollinated. Okay, so this is the plant. Maybe this was the plant obtained in F1 generation. Okay, from parents. So the same plant he brought a self-pollination. Okay, so you would be getting F2 generation. What they are asking is represent the result obtained in F2 generation of dihybrid cross with the help of a checkered board. Checkerboard in the sense Punnett square. Okay, so you have to work it out with the gametes and you have to show the checkerboard, and also you have to mention the varieties of plants obtained in F2 generation. Like what varieties you had got along with the purple tall plants. What varieties you would have got, all of them you have to mention in detail, right? Okay, so here two contrasting characters. So what were the parents there? Capital T, small t, capital W, small w. Self-pollinated means another parent also, capital T, small t, capital W, small w. Okay, and now what is the gametes formed? Gametes, you see, you have to work it out with the gametes, guys. See, gamete can have this gene along with this gene. So gamete can have a gene capital T, capital W, or gamete can have this gene and this gene. So capital T, small w. Okay, it can have, small t, capital W. It can also have small t, small w, isn't it? So these are the four possible ways of getting gametes. The same gametes you will get from this plant also, because both have same genotype. Yes or no? So here also what are the gametes you will get? Capital T, capital W is one gamete. Next, capital T, small w is another gamete. Small t, capital W is one gamete. Okay, and small t, small w is another one. Okay, so here which are the two characters we are studying, guys? Actually we are studying height. Okay, in height we know tallness is a dominant character. right? That means capital D is dominant, small t in the sense short. Okay, and this is recessive character. And another one is flower color also. Purple means flower color. Okay, there are two flower colors. One is purple and another one is white. Yes or no? The 7 contrasting characters you should remember. Keep it in a mind, guys. Among them, which is dominant and which is recessive. In a flower color, purple is represented here with capital W. Okay, so this is dominant and small w means white. Okay, this is recessive. Okay, this basic idea one must definitely have, right? Okay, so now gametes are there with us. Just try to draw the checkerboard, guys. So how do you do? Gametes of this parent, write horizontally. Gametes of this parent, write vertically, right? So what is the first parent gametes? Capital T, capital W, right? Capital T, capital W. Next, capital T, small w, right? And small t, capital W, small t, capital W. And the last gamete, small t, small w, right? So these are the gametes of one parent. Now we have to write gametes of other parent vertically. The same gametes would be there. Vertically you mention capital T, capital W, okay? Capital T, small w, and small t, capital W, small t, small w. Now work it out, guys. Capital T, capital T, capital W, capital W. That means what is the phenotype of this plant, guys? Definitely it is tall and purple. The plant is tall and the flower color is purple because two dominant genes, and the genes also are having same alleles, isn't it? Next variety, capital T, capital T, capital W, small w. So here also the plant will grow out as tall with purple flowers. Okay. Next, capital T, small t, capital W, capital W. Okay, here also the plant is tall and purple, guys, right? W, capital W is purple, dominant one. And next, capital T, small t, capital W, small w. Here also purple flowers and tall plant. Next, capital T, capital T, capital W, small w. Tall, purple, right? Next, capital T, small w, right? That means the plant is tall, small w means white flowers it will have, recessive one. See, both alleles are recessive, small w means what, guys? It is white color flower, right? So this is a recessive, both alleles are recessive. So this variety is different, guys. I'll make a round, okay? Tall and white. Next, capital T, small w, capital W, right? It is also tall and purple. Next, capital T, small w, and this is again tall and white, small w, right? Different plant, tall and white. Next, capital T, capital W, small w. So this is also tall with purple. Next, capital T, capital W, small w. Tall, purple, dominant gene. Capital W is there means definitely purple only. If other gene is of white, but a dominant gene only will get expressed, right? Fine. Next, small t, capital W, small t, recessive alleles. That means the plant is short, that is dwarf. Short plant with purple flowers, yes or no? Both dominant alleles, capital W. So purple. Next, small t, capital W, small w. Small t, that means the plant is short and purple, right? So again this is a different, both are different varieties. Okay, next, capital T, capital W, small w. Here also tall and purple. Next, capital T, small w, that is tall and white category, small w, this category, right? Next, small t, small w, capital W. Small w, capital W means it is short with purple flowers. Short with purple flowers, this variety. Last type. Small t, small w, that means short plant with white flowers. Okay, right? So this is the checkerboard we have drawn, and they also asked you mention the varieties of plants obtained in F2 generation, right? And how many tall plant with purple flowers you had got? Tall purple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 varieties are tall and purple. Okay, next, tall and white. Tall plants with white flowers. How many varieties? 3 varieties, guys. I circled it now. See, 1, 2, 3. 3 varieties. Okay. And next variety is, I have put underline 3 varieties. Short and purple. Okay. Short plant, that is dwarf plant but with purple flowers. How many varieties? 3 varieties. And double dash I have put for this variety, short and white. Short and white, isn't it? And this is one variety. See, phenotypic ratio 9:3:3:1. Always in F2 generation, in dihybrid cross, definitely phenotypic ratio, varieties of plants ratio is always 9:3:3:1. 9 varieties are of tall and purple, 3 varieties are of tall and white, 3 varieties are of short and purple, 1 variety is of short and white. Okay, so this is a 3-mark question, guys. So you have to put the parents carefully, gametes, checkerboard, mention the varieties. So this is what F2 generation of dihybrid cross. Okay, fine. So with this, I am completing the topic on the dihybrid cross. So in my next class, let us deal with sex determination in humans. Okay, thank you so much. If you like our video, please like, share and subscribe our channel for more videos and to learn the concept in an easier way and in a detailed way. Thank you so much.